explains the relationship between the individual and God. There are three main philosophies in Vedanta, or rather three famous philosophies in Vedanta. They are the dvaitam, visishta dvaitam and advaita. These three philosophies interpret the Brahma Sutra, Upanishad and Bhagavad Gita, but they interpret in their own way. They interpret the Prasthanatraya based on their philosophies. What the Dvaita philosophy says is, God is entirely different from the Jiva. God is the master and the Jivas are his servants. Or here the Jivas are his agents. The Jivas can never be equal to God. The life of the Jivas or the destiny of the Jivas are determined by the Lord. So God is entirely different from the Jivas. What the Visishta Dvaita philosophy says is, Jivas are the part of that Supreme Being. They are not entirely different from the Supreme Being, but at the same time they are not equal to the Supreme Being, or they are not same as the Supreme Being. They are part of the Supreme Being. And what the Advaita philosophy says is, only Brahman exists, nothing else exists. If Brahman is infinite, then there can be no separation or division in that infinite. If so, then that infinite is not infinite, it is finite. So, if Brahman is infinite, then everything is Brahman, nothing in this world exists other than Brahman. All the others are illusion. So this is what the three philosophies say. Now the point is, where do we stand here? Which philosophy do we accept and follow? It is here the identification with ourself plays an important role. If we identify ourselves with our gross physical body, then we think that God has another form. He is up there somewhere in his Dham, Vishnu Dham. He is entirely different from us. He is the master, we are his servants. And he is entirely different from us. There is a lot of difference between God and the Jiva. Now, if we identify like this, we are restricting ourselves from knowing that reality beyond the physical form. So that is the Dvaita philosophy. If we identify ourselves with our subtle body, that is with our mind and intellect, then we think that we are part of the Supreme. We are part of that universal mind. By this way, we restrict ourselves from knowing the reality beyond a certain limit. And that is the Visishta Dvaita philosophy. If we identify ourselves with the Atma, then we are expanding ourselves. We are merging ourselves, we are expanding ourselves, and we are becoming infinite. We expand ourselves to infinity. We are Brahman, and it is here we think that Aham Brahmasmi, I am Brahman. So these are the three philosophies, and it is which philosophy we choose is based on our identification with ourselves. In the initial stages of spirituality, we think that God has another form, and we address God as a He. He is the Supreme and we are His servants. When we progress further, we think that God is equal to us, and so we address Him as you. I am part of you. So that is at the next advanced level. If we advance or progress further, we don't feel any difference between God and the Jiva. There is no difference between the Lord and the Jiva. It is now we feel that Aham Brahmasmi, I am that Brahman. There is no difference between the God and Jivas. So these are the different levels of spirituality. No philosophy is inferior or superior to other philosophy. They are the different levels towards the ultimate. We accept and follow a philosophy based on our identification with ourselves. So these are the three main philosophies of Vedanta. And our identification with any one of the philosophy is based on our identification with ourselves. We accept that philosophy and we follow that philosophy. Thank you for listening.